We are going to be looking at Keynote on iOS, and this is the most up-to-date version of Keynote that's available. So if you notice any discrepancies of the way it may look or the where things are, that will be the only reason, is because it may be just a different version. But the basics of Keynote are always the same on iOS. So we're going to start, when you first open Keynote, if you've never opened it, you'll actually see a screen and it will ask you to continue and tell you there are some new features. When you get to this main screen, this is the main opening page for Keynote. So if you look in the top left, we have the option for locations. If you choose locations, it is going to show you where you can access and save Keynote slide presentations from. So iCloud Drive is enabled for me as I have it turned on within my iCloud. Drive is available, which is Google Drive, and if you choose more, you see that this is where I can turn Drive on. So if Google Drive is connected on your iPad or the student's device and they are signed in, you can turn that on as a location to save. One thing to keep in mind, if you save a Keynote presentation into Google Drive, it will save it. But if it's in the Keynote file format, which we will look at in another video, then you will not be able to open it on an iPad, but you would on a Mac. And again, we'll take a look at that in another video. So if you move across to the right, you'll see that you also have a plus, which would allow you to add a new presentation, choosing the theme. You have a remote icon. Now that is actually an iPhone with a little play button. And if you choose that, it is going to tell you you can use your iPad as a remote to present your slideshows from a Mac, iPad, or iPhone. So if your Mac is connected and you have a Keynote presentation that you are running in your classroom and you are presenting and you're on the Wi-Fi and your iPad is on the Wi-Fi and it's an updated version of Keynote, you can actually use your iPad as a remote to control the Keynote presentation that's on your Mac. It's a very nice feature. It will give you a code, you'll connect it to the device, and then you can control and annotate, write on it, and all those great things that you can do. The next one is share, and you'll see that if you click the share option, you can send a copy, you can move a copy, or there's a new feature, collaborate with others. Keep in mind that this is based on iCloud collaboration. Currently, our students do not have access to iCloud with any Apple ID, but you as a staff member would if you have created an Apple ID. So if you would like to collaborate on a Keynote with another staff member, you are able to. This is for both the Mac and the iPad, but students would not be able to access this. This is a new feature in the most recent update for Keynote. And finally, you have your edit option, which will allow you to choose any presentation. And once you choose it, you'll see that you can, in the upper left, you can duplicate very easily. So I just made a copy of what that presentation was. Very simple, very easy to do. The other thing that you can do, if you highlight that one, is delete. You can remove it from this iPad or delete from all. The reason I am getting that prompting is because I have iCloud Drive turned on as a save location. If I did not, then it would only save it to this device. You'll notice that several other presentations have a cloud with a down arrow. That means it's available on iCloud Drive to download onto my device. Currently, that is not downloaded onto my device. So if I would want to remove this, I can remove it from all devices, and that's what I would choose to do. It will tell me it's going to take it away from all iCloud Drive, and this will only apply if you have iCloud Drive turned on. The other thing that you can see, that you will see, is that you have the same plus under Create Presentation as you do at the top. So once you do that and you're ready to create, you would then make your choices, which we'll look at in the next video. So those are the basic navigation pieces of using Keynote on iOS. One last thing to point out, if you take your finger and hold down on one of the presentations, it will give you the same option as it did if you chose the Edit button and then you choose the presentation. So you can do it either way, and that will allow you to select the presentation that you would like.